Yeah, you don't explain it. You feel it? Mm. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. Windows crack, city breathing slow. Dashboard glow, soft amber tone. No destination typed in the phone. Just met in the night, set the tone. I ain't chasing noise no more. Conversations feel different at the core. Some energy heavy at the door. Some energy light when you walk through the floor. I can't tell who grounded, who just sounding profound, but surrounded by surface level alignment. No depth in the timing. It's subtle though. You won't catch it if you rush. It's in the pause between words, it's in the handshake touch. It's in the way someone celebrate you without turning it to themselves. It's in the way they move fire when there's nothing to sell. That's the vibe. Not hype, not loud, not performative pride. Just a presence that don't need the hype. I used to overlook it, now I read it clear. Used to ignore red flags, now I shift the gear. I don't argue with tension, if it feel forced I exit. No dramatic confession, just quiet redirection. Peace, got a frequency and I tune to it steady. If the room will feel crowded but the spirit feel empty, I'm gone. No speech needed, no energy depleted. Some spaces look good but don't leave you completed. You ever leave somewhere drained but nothing went wrong? That's missing alignment, silent dragging too long. Yeah. And you ever leave somewhere calm with barely a word? That's resonance, that's something felt, not heard. That's the vibe. Yeah. That's the vibe. Vibe ain't about trends, it ain't about image. It's about how you feel when the spotlight diminish, when nobody watches, when the noise disappears. Do you still move solid? Do you still feel clear? That's alignment internal, that's posture without flex. That's respect automatic without needing checks. I move different now, less explaining my stance, less reacting to static, more intentional plans. If it's mutual, it flow. If it's forced, it show. If it's real, it grow. If it's not, let it go. Simple, no bitterness attached, no ego to match, just awareness intact. Because the strongest vibe in the room be the calmest one, the one not competing, the one already won. And I don't mean victory loud, I mean victory quiet. That inner stability, you don't have to try it, it just is. Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. Yeah. Some things don't need a title, they just exist. Yeah. It's been sitting with me lately, no label attached. Not joy, not grief, not something I can dispatch. They don't knock loud, they don't beg to be seen. It just lingers in the margins of what I mean. Like a thought half formed, but never complete. Like a rhythm in the chest with no full beat. I try to define it, put edges around it, but every time I get close, it dissolved when I found it. Maybe it's peace before I recognize calm. Maybe it's strength without flexing an arm. Maybe it's distance from who I outgrew. Maybe it's space making room for something new. But I don't rush it now, I don't corner the frame. Some feelings grow truer when you don't force a name. That's the unnamed. You show up in stillness when the night real wide, when the city low hum and there's nowhere to hide. Not in a scary way, more in a steady tone, like sitting with yourself and feeling fully alone. Not lonely, just present, not anxious, just aware. Like every breath measured in unfiltered air. You ever sit back and feel different inside, but nothing external you can point to with pride. That's it, that subtle shift in the way you respond, the way certain triggers no longer correspond. The way you don't chase what once felt essential. The way you feel grounded without being central. It's not a breakthrough, it's not a collapse. It's not a reaction, it's widening gaps between who you were and who you becoming. Between loud validation and internal humming. That's the unnamed. That's the unnamed. Hey, hey, that's the unnamed. That's the unnamed. I used to fit a space, thought it meant I was lost. Thought if I couldn't define, it would come at a cost. But now I see clearer. Some phases don't speak, they just rewire your patterns under the surface deep. You don't always notice growth when it's quiet and thin. Sometimes it's just less noise living under your skin. Less urgency, less proving, less performing for movement. More presence, more grounding, more self-approval improving. The unnamed ain't empty, it's potential unspoken. It's the ground before roots fully open. It's the pause before clarity, the breath before a rise. The internal alignment before external signs. And I don't need to explain it, I don't need to dissect. If it's real, it'll stay without forcing respect. So I let it exist without needing control. Let it settle in silence, let it shape what I hold. Yeah. Not everything needs definition. Not everything needs permission. Some shifts happen unseen before full transition. That's the unnamed. No label, no rush, just presence and trust. That's the unnamed. 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 Yeah. Not the before, not the after. It's the part in the middle. Yeah. It's that space with no title yet, where you ain't who you was, but now who you supposed to get. Half-packed rooms in the mind. Old habits still knocking sometimes. New discipline forming slow. Like muscle you building in the dark alone. You let some go, but it still echo faint. You made a decision, but you still feel the weight. That's the in-between. Not regret, just residue. Not confusion, just growing pains passing through. You ever outgrow a place, but still dream about it? You ever level up, but still doubt around it? That's the stretch, that internal extension, where comfort dissolves and identity tension. You don't belong to the old rooms, but the new ones feel unfamiliar. You not lost, just adjusting the clearer mirrors. That's the in-between. It's quiet here, no celebration yet, no confirmation yet, just preparation set. This where patience get tested, where ego get corrected, where you question if the path you selected was directed. Some days feel powerful, some days feel slow. Some days you locked and some days you don't know. And that's honest, nobody posts this phase, nobody toasts this stage. It's not glamorous growth, it's behind the scenes change. You building new reflexes, unlearning no defenses, responding with awareness instead of quick offenses. You ever feel progress, but can't measure the scale, like something inside stronger, but the outside is stale. That's process, that's refinement, that's silent reassignment. You not stuck, you just shifting alignment. That's the in-between. Yeah. That's the in-between. That's the in-between. Yeah. That's the in-between. Yeah. That's the in-between. That's the in-between. Yeah, I used to rush this part, wanted clarity quick, wanted certainty solid, wanted answers that stick. But the in-between teach trust, teach walking without rush, teach building identity without leaning on crutch. You don't always see growth when it's happening inside. Sometimes it's just you learning not to react with
pride, learning not to chase noise, learning not to explain, learning not to hold on to what don't fit your frame. The in-between, humble you, strip titles from ego, remove validation and test what you know. Are you disciplined without audience view? Are you peaceful with no one applauding you? That's where strength solidified, that's where focus intensified. That's where you either fold or let the old you die. And I ain't folding, I'm just steady through the blur, letting transition occur, knowing every after was once this unsure. Yeah, not lost, not found, just rising from ground. It's the middle chapter, the quiet rewrite, the slow ignition before full light. Yeah, this the in-between. This the in-between. Yeah, this the in-between. That's the in-between. That's the in-between.
Yeah. It's the part nobody claps for. The after. It's quiet now, no dramatic exit, no slam doors. A space where the noise used to live before. The argument over, the decision made, the risk taken, the bridge burned or saved. It's the after, when the adrenaline fade, when you sit with what you chose and the price that was paid. Sometimes it feels lighter, sometimes it feels strange, like rearranging furniture inside your own brain. You ever stand in a room that used to hold tension, and now it's just air with a different dimension? That's the after, not chaos, just clarity, not pain, just reality, not loud, just gravity. You don't cry, you don't celebrate, you just process and recalibrate. After the breakup, after the fallout, after you finally chose yourself and stopped reaching out, after you set the boundary and meant what you said, after you walked away without turning your head, that's when it hit different. No distraction to buffer, no noise to drown it, no ego to suffer. Just you in the silence, just you in the mirror, just you in the version that's slowly getting clearer. The after don't rush, it just sits with you steady. Tests if your growth, it was real or just trendy. You can say you evolved, but the after gon' show. When no trigger surface and you don't even throw it. When the message don't shake you, when the memory don't break you, when the silence don't scare you like it used to take. Yes, proof. That's change, that's internal rearrange. That's the after. The after ain't flashy, it's subtle and clean. It's the space in between who you were and who you mean. It's waking up neutral instead of reacting. It's choosing peace instead of dramatic. It's not needing closure, because closure internal. It's not replaying scenes that once felt eternal. The after teach patience, teach presence, teach power and restraint. It show you what remains when you remove what you ain't. And sometimes it's lonely, not because you lost, but because elevation has a different cost. Different conversations, different rooms, different expectations, different views, but it feel right. Not easy, just a line, not perfect, just refine. You don't move off emotion, you move off design. That's the after. No applause, no noise, just growth with poise. Yeah, it's the part nobody sees. It's the part that set you free, that's the after. Yeah, that's the after. Yeah. Before it made sense, before it got clear. Yeah, I remember the before, when the vision wasn't sharp, when I moved off impulse, more emotion than heart, when I needed validation to confirm what I knew, When silence felt heavy if nobody approved. Back when I over-explained every move, every plan. Like if they didn't get it, it would slip through my hands. Back when I chased fast wins just to feel like I'm ahead. Not knowing slow growth builds stronger instead. I was loud with ambition, but quiet with doubt. Smiling in public, still sorting it out. Didn't know who was solid, didn't know who would fold. Thought proximity meant loyalty, didn't measure the code. I move with good heart, but not much awareness. Trusted energy, blindly confused comfort with fairness. That was the before. That was the before, yeah. Before I learned silence is stronger than noise. Before I understood peace is a choice. Before I stopped reacting to things beneath me. Before I saw clearly who really could see me. I remember conversations that drained more than they built. Remember nights replaying, moments filled with guilt. Used to overthink small shifts in someone's tone. Like every change meant I was standing alone. Before I understood, not everything is mine. Some tension in the room ain't connected to my line. Before I set boundaries without feeling wrong. Before I realized distance can make you strong. I was present physically, but scattered inside, trying to hold everything while letting peace slide. That was the version. Still learning the code, still testing the weight of the road I chose. That was the before. Yeah. That was the before. That was the before. That was the before. Yeah. Now I look back different, not ashamed, just aware. That version of me was necessary to get here. You don't skip the confusion, you move through the phase. You don't rush to clarity, you earn it in waves. The before built the now, even when it felt misaligned. Every misstep refined the design of my mind. If I hadn't trusted wrong, I wouldn't trust wiser. If I hadn't felt lost, I wouldn't move lighter. Growth ain't a switch, it's layers unfolding. You don't wake up evolved, you wake up noticing. And I notice now how calm I become, how I don't chase noise, how I don't force runs, how I let things fall if they don't fit the frame. How I move off alignment, not attachment to name. The before was needed even when it was unclear. Because without that version, this one wouldn't be here. Yeah. No regret, just respect, yeah, for the before. Feel it, but you can't name it. It's been sitting in my chest for a minute now. Not loud enough to panic, just different somehow. Not pain, not joy, not fear. Just a presence when the room too clear. I'll be driving and it hits like not heavy, just midnight. Like a thought that won't finish forming, like a storm that ain't fully storming. I try to label it growth, try to frame it hope, but every time I get close, it slips like smoke. Maybe it's transition, maybe it's a wishing, maybe something's shifting without permission. I don't feel broken, I don't feel whole, just somewhere between control and letting go. And that's uncomfortable when you used to knowing, when you used to mapping where your life is going. But lately it's different, less structure, more listening, less reacting quick, more observing what's whispering. That's the something. It show up in silence, in moments unplanned, in space in between what I say and what I can. Like when I accomplish a goal, but it don't hit the same. Or when I let something go, but still feel the frame. You ever outgrow a version of you, but still feel echoes in the room, like old habits knocking even though they don't consume. That's the tension, that's soft internal extension, stretching beyond comfort without clear direction. I think it's expansion, but expansion feels strange. You step into new air and your lungs gotta change. It's not sadness, I promise it's not joy either. It's like my spirit adjusting to something deeper. Less ego in the mirror, less noise in the ear, more questions
questions in the quiet, less need for applause near. Maybe that's maturity, maybe security, maybe it's clarity to rise gradually. But it don't feel loud, it feels subtle, unseen, like the space right before you become what you mean. That's the something. That's the something. I used to rush clarity, needed answers instantly. Now I let mystery sit without urgency. Maybe not everything needs translation. Some phases just exist without explanation. I'm learning to trust what I can't articulate. Some feelings don't resolve, they just elevate. You can't always measure growth by visible change. Sometimes it's internal shifts, rearranging your range. Less reactive to noise, less attached to control. More comfortable not knowing while still moving toward the goal. That's new for me, trusting unseen alignment. Walking steady without full assignment. And maybe that's the evolution. Not certainty but motion. Not answers but awareness. Not loudness but focus. That internal signal you can't quite describe, but you know when it's real because it changes your stride. Yeah, it's not confusion, it's not doubt. It's just something working itself out. And I don't fight it now, I don't chase it down. I just let it move and let it shape the ground. That's the something. That's the something.
Yeah. No noise. Just motion. I've been moving different lately. Not loud or just steady. Not flashy, just ready. Foot on the gas, but the mind's still heavy. Not heavy like doubt, heavy like weight. Earned every lesson paid for, every bridge I burned. Not out of anger, just out of alignment. Some roads look familiar, but don't fit the assignment. I'm not chasing applause, I'm chasing consistency. Small wins stacking quiet, that's compound intensity. Used to sprint for the vision, now I pace for the distance. Real growth don't rush, it builds resistance. Momentum ain't hype, it's discipline in disguise. It's waking up tired and still choosing to climb. It's staying in motion when the results unseen. Trusting the ground before it's evergreen. That's the shift, that's the click, that internal engine hum. When you locked in, not loud, just lit. That's momentum. Yeah. 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 I stopped announcing my moves, now I let them mature. Some plans need silence before they secure. Energy focus tighter, circle got lighter. Less distraction in sight means the vision get brighter. Every setback calculated, every delay reevaluated. Sometimes you don't lose time, you just get rerouted. I used to question the pause, now I use it to strategize. Still to sharpen the blade before the next rise. It's not overnight shifts, it's gradual lifting. One brick at a time, until the structure different. One myth and don't beg for attention, it builds in repetition. Late night stacking effort while they watching competition. And I'm cool with the quiet, let them sleep on the climb. When it's surfacing full, they'll say it happened in time. Nah, it happened in discipline and solitude. And vision sharpened by patience and solitude. That's momentum. Yeah. Now the pace feel natural, not forced, not theatrical. Confidence internal, not digital or captioned. I don't need validation when progress is measurable. The calmest elevation, be the most dependable. You ever look back at last year and barely recognize a frame? That's evolution, subtle without needing praise. Every habit refined, every weakness redesigned. I didn't rush the foundation so the structure aligned. Emotion not speed, it's direction sustained. It's knowing where you going even when it rains. trusting the process more than the moment. Understanding that pressure is shaping the component. I'm not stopping here, it's just to carry through. Once the rhythm established, just start carrying you. That's the power of focus, that silent devotion, that internal motor, that forward emotion. No rush, no noise. Just drive, just poise. Yeah. See it. But you feel it. Walked in a room, didn't say much. Still felt a shift when the tone changed up. Some smiles wide, but the eyes don't match. That's the type of detail I don't detach. I don't move off words alone. It's the frequency behind the tone. It's how you react when there's nothing to gain. How you act when nobody knows your name. Energy loud even when you whisper. You could feel when the intent get thinner. Handshake firm but the spirit unsure. I've learned what to open and what to ignore. Used to doubt what my instincts said. Now I trust that tension instead. The slight discomfort in my chest be the loudest truth and the quietest breath. I don't need proof, I observe the flow. Who drains slow, who pours slow, who celebrate you but compete inside, who clap loud but hope you slide. Yeah, I peep it, no drama, I just keep it logged in my mental ledger, then adjust my perimeter. That's the energy. Yeah, I've been protective lately, not defensive, just selective daily. Access is a privilege now, not everybody get it proudly. Some people love your potential, but get uneasy when it's tangible. They cool when you dreaming loud, but quiet when you actually build foundations. That's data, I don't debate it. If the vibe off, I don't chase it. Growth makes certain rooms colder. Success makes certain hugs shorter. Not hate, just exposure. True colors show under pressure, and I ain't bitter about it. It's clarity without announcing. You learn who comfortable with your light and who only cool when you doubting. Energy don't lie. You can mask it, but it slips through the side. Through micro reactions, through subtle subtractions. I start explaining my boundaries. Stop negotiating peace loudly. Yeah. If it costs calm, it's expensive. If it costs focus, offensive. Yeah, so I adjust with precision. No speeches, no collision, just distance with intention. That's the energy, yeah. Match effort with effort, not more, not less, that structure. I used to overextend loyalty, now I calibrate exposure. If you solid, you steady. If you real, it's ready. No performance required, no constant reassurance necessary. The loudest energy be the quiet consistency. Showing up the same when there's no spotlight intensity. I don't chase validation, I chase alignment and conversation. Where respect automatic and presence don't feel dramatic. You ever walk away lighter from someone who barely said much? That's alignment, that's trust without pressure to rush. And you ever leave drained after surface level exchanges? That's friction disguised as friendship. That's what distant rearranges. So now I move with awareness but never paranoia. Just grounded observation without ego disorder. It's not about being guarded, it's about being intentional. Energy, sacred currency, spend it like it's essential. Yeah, you don't gotta announce it, you don't gotta pronounce it. If it's real, it's around you. If it's soft, it confounds you. And I've learned the strongest presence in a room be the one that don't force volume. That's the energy. That's the energy.
ask me what it is. Just let it sit. Yeah. 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 It's one of those nights where the air feel heavier, not in a bad way, just steadier. City moving, but I'm in between it. Windows cracked, let the silence lean in. Engine humming like it understand me. Street lights flicker, shadows dancing. I don't rush when the signal change. Some moments don't need explaining. I've been quieter lately, not distant, just thinking safely. Protecting my pace, my energy. Not every vibe meant for me. Phone on D&D, screen face down. Certain voices don't reach me now. Not mad, not pressed, not bitter, just selective with what I consider. There's a difference between lonely and alone. I learned that driving with no destination. Some feelings don't want solutions, they just want space for evolution. And tonight I'm not chasing clarity, I'm just sitting with sincerity. Letting thoughts breathe naturally. No performance, no strategy, that's the move. It's subtle, you wouldn't notice. No dramatic shift in focus, just a calm recalibration. Quiet mental renovation. I used to respond off impulse, now I respond off impulse control. Used to feel every tension, now I measure the toll. Growth don't always celebrate, sometimes it isolates you. Outgrow conversations you once thought would elevate. Certain laughs don't hit the same, certain wins feel detached from fame. You start valuing peace more than proving you can play the game. And I'm cool with that, there's noise in the habitat. That's explaining my mindset, more aligning where I'm at. It's not sadness, it's not pride, it's just awareness amplified. That shift when you realize you don't know access to your inside. Late nights reveal what daylight hides. You see who's steady, who just rides, who respects your silence, who gets threatened when you quiet. That's data. I don't argue, I adjust. If it feel forced, I don't force trust. That's the move. I've been redefining comfort. It's not noise, it's not numbers. It's consistency in my breathing. It's knowing I don't need approval to function. It's driving past old chapters without slowing down for nostalgia. Respecting what it taught me, but not reopen the folder. You can miss a moment and still not want it back. You can appreciate a lesson and still not unpack. That's maturity, not cold, just measured, not distant. Just centered, not detached, just tethered to something deeper than reaction. I move different now, less reacting to distraction, more grounded in my traction. If you feel it, you feel it. If you don't, no need to explain it. Some frequencies unshared, some peace ain't meant to be narrated. So I let the city blur while my thoughts stay clear. No label for this space, but it feels sincere. It's calm, it's aware, it's controlled, it's rare. Yeah, that's the move. That's the move. Yeah, it's quiet but my mind loud. City moving slow, I'm the only one slowed down. Street lights blink like they know what I won't say. Windows up, cold air in my own space. I've been carrying weight, I don't show face. Conversations in my head, I don't showcase. Every win feel different when you alone. Every loss hit harder when you go home. Yeah. It's that pressure in the chest when it's 2 a.m. Not sad, not happy, just stuck within. Phone light glow, but I don't type. Some things feel heavy, but they don't fight. I tell myself I'm good, I'm straight. But silence know when you hesitate. It's not pain, it's not peace. It's that in between that don't release. Yeah, it's that feeling. Not depression, but it's revealing. Not anxiety, but it's speaking. Like something inside still healing. I drive slow, past old roads. Memories park where the wind blows.
Certain names I don't say now, but the echoes still hang around. I've been building, I've been strong. Strength get tired holding on. Sometimes growth feel unfamiliar. When the old you still feel familiar. I don't miss what I outgrew, but I feel what I went through and that's different. You can move on, still feel distant. This ain't drama, ain't no tears. Just reflections from past years. It's that quiet when the world is asleep, and you finally hear what you try to keep. Yeah, I'm not lost, I'm adjusting, trusting what I'm becoming. It's strange when the chaos gone, you still feel something. Maybe healing ain't loud, maybe clarity ain't proud. Maybe growth don't celebrate, it just stand there in the crowd. And I'm learning that it's fine if everything don't define. Every mood don't need a name, some feelings just pass through time. So I sit with it, no rush, no label, no hush. Just me in the midnight air, letting it settle, that's enough. Yeah, that feeling. Yeah, that feeling.